Hello, and welcome to a look at Barbarian for the Amiga, a game that was released by Psygnosis. The plot of Barbarian, I have two versions, the short and the not so short version, and I will give you both, but I will shorten the not so short version quite significantly. The very short version of the plot is to enter the underground world of Durgan, find the crystal that powers the evil, destroy crystal, and run away. The not so short but still shortened version of the plot is that Hagar, the barbarian you are in control of, grew up with his father, the famous hunter Thoran, and Thoran taught Hagar how to fight and all that kind of stuff that you hope your father will teach you. Never mind. Um, anyway, one day when Hagar comes home from not school, whatever it is, he sees a lot of stuff going on in his village, people running away, screaming, all that kind of stuff, and sees his father facing off against the dragon. As you might imagine, that doesn't go too well. The dragon bites the head off his father's body and devours the head and drags the body away. So Hagar picks up his father's sword and wants to go and get even. But it's not that simple. There's quite a long-winded story in the manual, which is a decent enough story, but a bit clumsy written, I would say. That explains that the evil in this game, an individual called Necron, and Thoran, Hagar's dad, were actually twins, and they were each given a certain power from a druid, and they were told that they could not use the powers against each other because they had no effect against each other. But Necron got the gift of using the bow and fire, and Thoran got the gift of a sword and the power of good, apparently. Whatever the case, things went sour. Thoran killed Necro, and Necro turned to Crystal, and years later, Necron's dragon was the dragon that took a chunk out of Thoran's body. There's a lot of doolally and completely irrelevant crap about Hagar being this half-drunken sot. There's a bit of a womanizer as well, and yeah, irrelevant for the gameplay. But anyway, years after the incident with his dad, he finally gets around to actually get his finger out and locate the underground world of Durgan and try to avenge his father, kill the bad guy, and become the king, apparently. The game is classified as an action game kind of thing. And yeah, it is a sort of. Should probably go through the interface because I mean that needs some explanation, I guess. The icons at the bottom of the screen, they do what you mostly will think they do. Left will to cause Hagar to face left, or walk left if he's already facing left. Up will have him climb up stairs, ladders, even ladders. Yeah, well, I suppose ladders, that kind of stuff. Down will let him climb down stairs, ladders, and whatnot. The big cross kind of thing, or whatever it is a stop command. A command that it's very, very useful. The icon after that is the jump command, and next to that you have run. The jump will be different if you run, which makes perfect sense. Then you have the assault, which is your fight thing, and depending on what weapon you may have equipped, it will do whatever you expect it to do. If you have a bow equipped, it will shoot arrows, and if you have a sword equipped, it will be slashing out into thin air, unless there's something to slash, of course. The icon next to that is the defend icon, and it will come in handy in various situations. If you are defending while holding the sword, he will do a massive backflip that uses some off screen. And the icon furthest to the right is flee. Hagar will run around like a little chicken and drop all his possessions in the process, meaning that of course you have to go back and pick it up and hope that you didn't flee in a position where there are enemies around, which will be very, very hard to fight without your weapon. Graphics-wise, considering this game is from 1987, it would have been a relatively early Amiga game. The graphical quality in and by itself is not so bad. The animation quality, though, and the frame rate of anything moving in this game is incredibly, laughably low. Yeah, it sort of mars the gameplay experience quite significantly. When it comes to the sound design, there's no music, so only thing you have is the sound effects, and they are, what can I say? It's not particularly exciting because it just feels slightly disjointed from the gameplay because of the very, very sluggish graphics, and the fact that if you hammer any command button 3 times in a row and Hagar dies in between, the sound effect, especially of the attack sound, will still play, which is a bit wonky, but whatever. It is what it is. The controls, they are a chapter in and by themselves because you can technically play this game with a joystick, but you don't want to. It is incredibly unresponsive, and half the time you are hoping that the character is going to do remotely what you want him to do, but he likely won't. So the suggested control method is using the mouse, and that means you end up playing the mouse using the icons at the bottom of the screen. The gameplay is explore the underground kingdom of Durgan, defeat monsters, find the crystal, find the wizard, slay them, destroy the crystal, run away because it causes a volcano to erupt, overflowing the underground kingdom with lava, and the time you spend reaching and destroying the crystal is the time you have available to get out again. As you can probably gather by the length of this video, that is not going to be showcased in this, because playing this game, I have to admit, my desire to gain 2% for every game I played diminished quite quickly. Because the thing is, even when you know what you're supposed to do and you click the commands in the order that you expect them to be used in, sometimes the game just decides that no, you don't want to attack that monster, you want to run into it instead. Meaning that because of the very, very unreliable controls, it feels like it's a bit of a coin toss whether Hagar will like to do what you want him to, and that is rather not great for the gameplay experience. I've always wanted to understand this game, but I have to admit I find it very, very hard to enjoy it, even though I gained understanding of it. It has too many niggly bits that makes it not unplayable, but you have to have the patience of a saint in order to make any headway. And I'm not exactly known for my patience, so let's do a leap of faith, shall we? That failed as well, by the way. On that note, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.